Well, we're here at Front Row Tampa Bay with a very special guest today, State Representative Will Weatherford, incoming Speaker of the House. Congratulations, sir.
Good to have you here. Honored to be here.
Okay, so Front Row Tampa Bay, this is an opportunity for the Tampa Bay area to shine at the RNC. What's so cool about this?
Well, I think the name is great, first of all, Front Row. I mean,
It
we're trying
is.
to put Tampa Bay on the front row and make sure that business leaders understand what it is that we're offering here as a state. I think the perception of what Florida has been and what Florida and what Tampa Bay is today are two different things.
In
and
what
I think
way?
I think the opportunity that we have here is to remind people that, if you could have argued 30 years ago, Florida was trying to find itself. We were an agricultural and tourism-based state, and we'd have some construction that would go up and down, and we're still going through that. But we have made large investment in 21st century innovation, in 21st century job creation. And when you look at Tampa Bay and where we're headed and the direction we're going, it's a very exciting place to be. When you look at the migration trends, people are moving here. People want to be here because of the quality of life that we can offer. And I think what we have to do is take a snapshot of that and put that in front of business owners and leaders across the country, and they're going to be very surprised what they see when they come to Tampa Bay for the convention.
So what's the biggest surprise? People around the country have this perception of Florida. You're saying it's different, it's very different. What's the big surprise?
Well, it's kind of like when you haven't seen somebody for 10 or 15 years and you have a certain memory of what they looked like when they were 14 years old.
Oh, you've grown up.
That's right. And we were a teenager, and we hadn't found ourselves yet and didn't know what our career was going to be. Florida has a direction now. It's probably the most business-friendly state in the country. We're ranked number 2 by Chief Executive Magazine as the best place to do business in America, number 2. And we're going to be number 1 soon. And so I think when business leaders come down here, they're going to remember us for what we were, but they're now going to see us for what we are. And a totally different place. We have an education system that is blowing the doors off. When 12 years ago, when Jeb Bush got elected first to be governor, we had the 37th best education system in the country. Today it's in the top 10. We have accountability standards. We have an infrastructure that's getting better. We have a citizenry that is being more educated and is more qualified to do high-tech jobs. That's going to lead to prosperity, it's going to lead to growth, and it's going to lead to a state that's very exciting.
Well, Will, you have, from your perch, incoming Speaker of the House, sort of a finger on the pulse of the culture of the state of Florida, the policies that are being put in place to make it more business friendly as possible. What do you see as the future? What's the trajectory?
Well, the future is, first of all, not to mess it up. In the sense that what I mean by that is, we don't have a personal income tax. That's a great thing. We don't want to have a personal income tax. We've got property taxes that are lower than they have been for a long time. We want to keep property taxes low. We've got insurance rates at a place where everybody can afford them, and for the most part, and they're not driving business or citizens out of the state. We want to keep those where they are. So there's a kind of, what businesses look for, I think, is predictability and stability. And if they can measure and if they can guarantee what their world is going to look like 10 years from now, they can make a significant investment. But if they're unsure of it, then they're hesitant. And so what we've been doing and what we're going to continue to do is say, Florida has always been a great place to live. We have beautiful weather, we have these beaches, we have this wonderful environment, but we want to harness that with having real talent, talented people, which I think is extremely important, and an infrastructure and things to do. And we've built that over the last 20 years. We're continuing to build it, and we have that stability that I think businesses and families are looking for. Okay,
those 4 magic days in August. What's being planned? What's in the works?
Well, there's a lot going on. I mean, there'll be more events than you can shake a stick at, I'm sure, and I hope to be a part of some of them. And it's just gonna, it's not a big party. I think some people think of it as just a big party. It is a party, and it's a celebration of the Republican Party and us selecting a nominee. It's a very historic moment for Governor Romney and whoever the vice presidential candidate is going to be. But it's also an opportunity for Tampa. We're going to have CEOs and business leaders and journalists from all over the world. And they're going to come right here to be a part of this and to see what we're all about. And to me, we will not have a better opportunity. We haven't had a convention in over 35 or 40 years in Florida. And so let's take advantage of the opportunity. There's an old movie that I love called, not that old, probably 15 years old, called Tin Cup with Kevin Costner.
Yes, yes.
And there's a moment in that movie where Kevin Costner says, when there's a defining moment, you define the moment or the moment defines you. I think this is a defining moment for Tampa Bay and for Florida, and I hope we define it.
Will Weatherford, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you very much.